Deion Sanders is back in the news. Um, and the thing about Deion in Colorado is since like the beginning of that season, I think they started 4-2 or whatever it was. They're never really in the news for anything that's like that you want to be in the news for. Um, and so now there's Twitter beef. We are in a weird uh and I say weird in a good way, weird, really great time in hip hop. We got beef. Kendrick Lamar and Drake are going back and forth. J. Cole was in it for a second and then he apologized. He backed out. Rick Ross is trolling. Future, Weekend, all these guys. You got Chris Brown and Quavo are beefing over here on the side that nobody's even really talking about, but they're beefing too. But so the reason I'm really like iffy when it comes to talking about this because I don't even know how much I should talk about it. I also feel like a lot of times when I talk to people about Deion Sanders, it ends up like coming off as hate when really I'm just being honest. But basically, but you know what? Let's just go for it. I'll let you guys determine your thoughts on the matter. So there was a quote a kid was saying. He was talking. He transferred from Colorado. Remember, one of the biggest things that came out about Deion going to Colorado was he was saying, I'm coming whatever, and I'm bringing my luggage with me. Telling a lot of kids to transfer indirectly. If y'all need to transfer, go and transfer. Hit the transfer report. Blah 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 blah. All that stuff, right? So a quote came out from a kid. His name is Xavier Smith. He used to play for Colorado. He said, I was actually getting mad, like tears coming to my eyes, because, bro, you never even tried to get to know me. This is Xavier Smith recalls Deion Sanders telling him he should enter the transfer portal. He said, he was destroying guys' confidence and belief in themselves. The way he did it, it could have been done with a little more compassion. Nothing sounds wrong there. Nothing sounds wrong there at all. All right, well, The Athletic tweeted that out. And Shador Sanders quote tweeted and said, I don't even remember him, to be honest. Bro had to be very mid at best. Okay. Now, later on, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, tweeted. He said, folks don't hate you because they really don't know you. They admire you in a negative way. They realize they can't be you, think like you, talk like you, or walk in your shoes. That bothers them. Always smile when you see them because that makes them admire you so much more in that negative way. Something a little motivational, right? Dude comments below the tweet and says, tell your son to stop acting like he's the coldest out there and then put up a 4-8 season. Into which Deion Sanders quoted and replied, he will be a top 5 pick. Where's your son going? LOL, I got time today. Also, going back to Xavier Smith, somebody actually quote tweeted and put up his stats and said, man, go take a seat. Showed 8 solo tackles and 4 pass deflections, to which Prime quote tweeted and said, Lord Jesus. I thought that we were better than this. I thought that what the head coach is supposed to be better than this. If you want, what I'm seeing is Deion Sanders not acting like the head coach of a Power 5 program. And I don't even know if you can call it Power 5 anymore because of what's up with Pac-12, blah, blah, blah. But what I see is Deion Sanders, instead of acting like the head coach of a Power 5 program, Deion Sanders is being a dad. There is nothing wrong with that, with being a dad when you're a regular dad. Okay? But had this been, I don't know, tell your D lineman to stop acting like he's whatever, and then, only put up a 4-8 season. Does he say that? Does Deion act this way if it wasn't because it was Shador Sanders, or if his son was, if Shador wasn't the quarterback, if it was a different quarterback doing this, would he have acted this way? I don't know. Because the head coach would probably go and say, hey, you're trying to get drafted next year. You are the face of the team right now. And you can't do this. Like, you cannot, as the quarterback, you can't make these comments. Excuse me for all y'all watching. I gotta wipe my nose. But you can't make these comments. You can't do that, right? Maybe the wide receiver can. Maybe the defensive end can. Maybe the safety can or the linebacker can. You, the quarterback, can't do that. That's what I thought we should be. That's what I thought the coach should be saying. Instead, the coach is saying, "Oh, he's going top 5. Where's your son going?" Right? Because again, he went and he kicked into dad mode, and that's what transpired. Now, I'm not here to criticize or bash Deion. It is what it is. We know what he feels. But we just talked about a couple weeks ago. He was on the podcast saying his son and Travis Hunter are both going to be top 4. One's going to go 1. The other one's going to go no later than 4, whatever it is. And we're going to pull at Eli and blah, 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 all that stuff. Okay? We just had the NFL draft. We just saw Spencer Rattler. Ian Rappaport reported that a lot of why Spencer Rattler fell as far as he did was from a document from 2016. 2016 of QB1. Let me make sure that's right. 2016 QB1 documentary came out. And because Spencer Rattler, who was, by the way, a sophomore, he's like 16 years old, sophomore in high school, number 1 prospect in the country, was an asshole, right? From 7-8 years ago is why he fell. 7-8 years ago. We can go back a little bit. Laramie Tunsil was projected. He's left tackle. He plays for Houston now, but he got drafted by Miami. He was supposed to go number 1, at least top 4. But a video surfaced on draft night of him with a gas mask on, smoking weed, whatever that was. He fell to 13. The difference between 1 and 13 when it comes to money is whatever. You go look that up. Let's take it a step further. La'el Collins, right tackle, went to LSU. He was supposed to be a first-round pick. But his name was in the news. He was a suspect or potential suspect in a police investigation. He cooperated fully. He went from potential first-round pick. He went undrafted. Dallas signed him as an undrafted free agent. Now again, go look up the difference that money makes for La'el Collins because he didn't get drafted in the first round, and instead he had to be an undrafted free agent. Has he made plenty of money? I'm sure he has. But those first years, an undrafted free agent, tell me the difference than if he would have been a first-round pick. I'll let you go look that up. And if these things, Spencer Rattler, I'm not holding him responsible for what he did or how he acted as a 16-year-old. I'm not. Laramie Tunsil, I don't know when the video came out, but I'm not holding him now responsible for that in the past. La'el Collins did everything he was supposed to do. Just because his name came up, he didn't get drafted. Do you think that NFL teams are not going to look at the way your son is acting on social media, look at you coming out here talking about someone's pulling Eli, how the way this prospect's father is acting, you're giving LeVar Ball vibes here. Because we're trying to do this Deion's way. My son's career is going to go the way Deion wants it to go. You're giving us heavy LeVar Ball here. Okay? Do you think teams aren't going to look at that and say, do I really want him with my first pick in the draft? Or my 5th pick in the draft, this quarterback? And maybe somebody will. But he's not Caleb Williams. He's not someone who everybody knew. It doesn't really matter whether he paints his nails, if he's crying in the stands after a loss. It doesn't matter. Caleb's going number 1. The talent is way too undeniable. That ain't Deion Sanders. He's not Andrew Luck. He's not Trevor Lawrence. These undeniable, it's number 1, and we knew it the very first time we saw. No. That's not him. That's not him. Okay? Hey, Shador, Take it from me. It ain't worth it. Barking back on social media is not worth it. It ain't. Okay? That tweet, I get it. You thought he was taking a shot at your pops and you wanted to stand up for him. That's commendable. I respect it. It ain't worth it. What did you gain from that? Deion, I don't know how old you are, brother, but it ain't worth it. What did you gain from that? All you've now done is put the spotlight on you, because you for damn sure better not go 4-8 again. You better not. Go 4-8 again, and you're gonna have a lot, because again, what did you gain? You gained the spotlight that you've been asking for, that you thrived in last year. You were on all the shows. You know what I'm saying? You had College Game Day, all this stuff. Colorado, Boulder. So you asked for it. So you already got it. Now you put a second one, because now you've put the pressure on yourself and you better not come out here and go 4-8, and you better not have a subpar season, Shedeur Sanders, because that's what you've gained from this. The pressure of, I better show out, and you might, and I hope you do, because I think that you're talented, and I think Deion can coach his ass off. All I'm saying was it worth it? Was it worth clapping back with somebody who inconsequentially doesn't matter? Who is this? Who is that to you? Does he matter? Do you know him or her or whoever that was? I'm sure you don't. It don't matter. So why? Why? Just go on about your business, handle your business your way, and then get your son drafted. But now you said he's going to go top 5. If he doesn't, you're going to hear about it. Now, and now you said it twice, actually. And now, if your team comes out and doesn't show out, y'all going to hear about it. And if Shedeur has a down season, he's going to hear about it. I'm just asking if it's worth it, man. I'm just asking if it's worth it.